no pressure. So right now I'm going to show you two bonus packages that come. One's called the kids package, one's called the parents package. When you go with the executive, you get both bonus packages, okay? And then when you go with the one a month, it's just your choice of whatever one you think you'd like the most, okay? Now, the first thing you get, do you guys, and maybe your family's different, but do you guys ever struggle with family home evening? You know, it's Monday night and you're like, oh crap.
We're not even sure what family home evening is. we try not to have that.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? It's a good thing, and this might help you to do it, okay? That's funny. And you know what? That's most families. Seriously. I know me and my wife, it's Monday, it's like 7 o'clock, and we're like, oh yeah, family home evening. So what we've done to kind of help you guys out, the videos are great, they're a good reminder, the quizzes are awesome, but with every single series, you will get the big book of activities, okay? So let you check that out. This one's for the Book of Mormon. This will come up front, and every single movie, it comes with activities and pages to color and things like that. On top of that, for family...
Your two daughters will like those.
Oh, yeah.
They're coloring freaks.
And you know what's nice? Because they're coloring freaks, we suggest you just make copies of those. You know, because they can go through that in about 2.2 seconds. Just make copies of them. You'll have that as a resource when you're teaching primary or whatever. But on top of that, when you're a new customer, every Monday, we will actually email you a family home evening. And it'll have a topic. Now, if you want to go on for a specific topic, you can just go on. Pick the topic you want. It'll give you stories, scriptures, activities, recipe ideas, songs, and so you can kind of see what these are look like. I mean, look at some of these activities, and you don't have to do any of the work. You just go on, print it out. There's a full-length version or a 20-minute version. So when you get started with the Living Scriptures, honestly, if you're not having family home evening, there's nothing we can do for you because you don't have to do anything. Just pick an activity, print it off, use a video clip, throw in some popcorn, and you're ready to go. So you get that. The next thing you get in the kids package, and I noticed you had that little girl over there. This is probably our most popular bonus for girls, and you'll see why. But the Swan Princess. Have you guys seen the Swan Princess?
I have.
You had that too growing up. I'm sorry.
I've never seen it.
I'm not making this easy on you. She's lighting up every time I pull something out. But the Swan Princess was a full-length movie that we actually did in the theaters. And a lot of people think Disney did it, but it was actually Living Scriptures that made and produced this. It was so popular, there's now 3 of them. It's a trilogy. Now I know, so you've got Star Wars, you've got Lord of the Rings, and you've got Odette and Derek, okay? But these are awesome. The kids really do love them. So you get all 3 of the Swan Princess. The next thing you'll get...
So yeah. If you do the program that you're talking with the scripture stuff,
right?
Honestly, how long does that take?
Well, you'd be getting Book of Mormon, New Testament, Old Testament. If you did the one a month, never sped it up, 7 years, 8 months.
Like, seriously, our kids will be graduating from high school.
Yeah, they will. That's why you want to get started. No, I'm just kidding. There's 4 series here because the New Testament's a big one, and there's 12 in each. So if you never sped it up, it'd be about 4 years. But truth be told, most people speed it up. They start on the one a month because they're like you. They want them. They know they want them, but they have a big purchase coming up. So instead of just buying them outright, you just do one a month. That's not going to, bring your practice down. But then once you get your practice rolling, you can call us and just be like, I want to we're done doing the one a month and finish it off.
Well, my other question is too is like, so is it like, is there a contract you sign? How do exactly does it work when you do the tape the month program?
Like, can you stop? Is that what you're asking?
I just don't know how it all works. You just sign up for that, and then you commit to get those.
Yeah, you just commit to get those.
It,
that's exactly right. Your free stuff comes up front, and then you just get these at one a month after that. Right? And so the next bonus you'll get, and like I just mentioned, all your free stuff comes up front. Your kids like music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're like most kids, I'm sure they do. Have you ever seen the Disney sing-alongs?
Yeah.
Do you have any of those?
We hate them.
Yeah, I know.
I do. She likes
kids
them.
love them, and you're like, it's a small world. Ah! You just can't take it one more time. Well, we have done a series of music videos. One of the best parts about our movies is the music. Do you remember the songs that come along with them? Mm-hmm. Every story has an original song written for that character in that story. And these songs are awesome. Kurt Bester, Lex Diaz-Avedo, Kenneth Cope do our songs and our music. And the songs were so popular, we had 8 music sing-alongs. It's 52 music videos. And we call it MTV, Mormon Television. It's pretty good, all right. But I will say this, what people like too is they're pretty fun. You know how the Disney characters have the Mickey Mouse head bouncing along? We actually have Laban's head who bounces. I'm just kidding.
Did you let him in here, seriously?
I did.
Laban's head.
Yeah, and then the words get bright red as it bounces. I'm just kidding.
We definitely don't want these.
So you get all the music videos, okay? The next thing that you get, and this is probably our most popular bonus.
He's pretty good at this, isn't he?
Oh yeah. He's believable.
They're good stuff. That's the nice thing about our job. We're not very good salesmen, but our product's just so good that it pretty much sells itself. But this is our brand new series. It's called The Kids 10 Commandments. You've never seen the 10 Commandments taught like this before. You know, we did some studies and just most people, even members, couldn't even name the 10 Commandments. We could get some of them and whatever. So we thought, what a great thing to do where we can teach the kids the 10 Commandments in a fun way. And what this is it's 3D animation, like with Finding Nemo and, you know, not Little Mermaid, but The Incredibles. And Little Mermaid's a voice in one of them. That's why I thought of that. But it's about a little boy whose name's Seth. He lives in Moses' time, and how he is learning and applying the 10 Commandments. But each one of these teaches 2 of the 10 Commandments. But when you're done with these, your kids will know them. I mean, they will know the 10 Commandments. They'll know the meaning behind them, why they're important. Coveting their neighbor's bike, or, you know, cheating on a test, or whatever. They'll understand that those are important commandments for kids too. That one, honoring your mother and your father, money. Okay, that's a beauty right there. So that is the kids.
How do they cover adultery?
Well, it's actually kind of interesting. They do it real tactfully, and they call it like dancing with other, you know, people that aren't your husband and wife. It's pretty interesting, but it does get the message across without being too graphic. So, but I get that question all the time. So you're not the first to ask. You'll just have to get them and see. How about that? Now I want to throw one more thing into the family or to the kids package. This is called the Family Hour Stories, and what this is it's kind of like old-time radio. So it's not a movie. They're dramatized stories to listen to. So when you go in your car, you put your kids to bed, they're perfect for that. Okay, my sister-in-law has the worst kids on the planet, and they will not go to bed. I lent them my dramatized stuff, and she won't give it back because she just says, get ready for bed, I'll let you listen to a chapter, and they go to bed. So the kids really like these. But this is called the Family Hour Stories, and they're true inspirational stories to listen to. Let me just give you a quick taste of one of them. My favorite story in there is about a little boy. His name is Glenn Cunningham. You may have heard this story. It's a true story. He lived back in the olden days. It was his job to go to the school, start the furnace, get everything nice and cozy for when all the students arrive. And his brother helped him do this. Well, one day, you hear the janitor go in, and he accidentally switches the kerosene with gasoline. He doesn't mean to, but he does. And so then you hear the little boys follow in after him, and the door open, and they go in, and they light it, and it just explodes, okay? And the older brother is killed instantly, and the younger brother, in an effort to get the body, he doesn't want to leave his brother's body in the building, so he's pulling it out, and in the meantime, he gets his legs burnt literally to the bone. There is like nothing left, and they go to the doctor, and the doctor says, we need to amputate immediately, or he won't make it. Well, the mother hears this, storms in and says, I have lost my oldest son today. You will not take my youngest son's legs. Over my dead body will you do this? So they took her out and they shot her. They came back in, took his legs off.
They did.
I'm just kidding.
What the crap? They took her out and shot her.
You were priceless, though. I'm sorry. That's not even funny. Your eyes got What the crap? I apologize. They didn't shoot the mom, okay? Great bedtime story, huh? Everything else up to that point was true, though. So they don't shoot the mom. They go. And anyway, they don't amputate his legs either. And to make a long story short, if that's possible at this point, this boy who couldn't walk for years and years and years actually started walking. You're there when he walks, and it's all exciting. And you're there, he throws his crutches, and you're there when he goes to school, and he can run with the kids. Well, when he goes to college, he figures out he's actually a pretty fast runner at this point. Joins the college track team, never loses a race, becomes a professional runner, never loses a race, and Glenn Cunningham broke the world record in the mile run at the time.
That's a pretty cool story.
And so it's a great story. Each one of them focuses on a principle, though. That one's persistence. There's one on honesty. There's one on patriotism. You know, whatever. But each one teaches a principle. So that's the kids package. So in a nutshell, if you pick the kids package, I still got you going. I apologize for that. She thinks killing mom's pretty funny. Normally it's the dads laughing at that joke really hard. So anyway, how it works is if you get the family package, it's the Book of Mormon, New Testament, Old Testament. You just buy one today for now until you decide to speed it up. And if you choose, you would get all of the kids package.
So how many DVDs is that?
That you're buying?
Yeah.
You'd be buying about 48, and you'd be getting like 18 for free. And then that you'd also get the activity books, and you'd also get the family hour stories. Okay. Now, I'll quickly show you the parents package, and I'll get out of your hair. You guys have been awesome. You've been really, really fun. Okay, let me get this. This is actually one of our most popular bonuses for parents. It's called the Mormon Hymns Classics. And this is 6 CDs arranged by Lexi Azevedo, who does all our music. He arranged 71 of the most popular hymns, went over to London, and performed it with the London Philharmonic Orchestra. It is hands down the most beautiful collection of hymns that's ever been created. It's $85 at Deseret Book to buy that collection. It comes with a Christmas CD as well, and that comes for free with the parents package. Okay, and that's really nice. The next thing you get, have you guys ever heard of Dr. Cleon Skousen or read any of his books?
Yeah.
You have, okay. Skousen, as you may know, is a professor of religion at BYU, master storyteller and an expert on Israel. And so Living Scriptures got together with him, went over to Israel, and basically take you on a tour of the Holy Land. But with the guide is Dr. Cleon Skousen. And people who like Skousen love this. If you're not a Skousen fan, you won't love it. But people literally, this is some people's favorite thing we've ever made. But it's real deep, deep doctrine. So if you like that kind of stuff, you'll like it. If not, it'll be like, whew, let me watch the animation. Okay, that's me.
That's us.
Okay, that's me too. But I'm telling you, some people love that. But that's Dr. Cleon Skousen. It also, I'll take that music from you. That also comes with the Cleon Skousen action figures. Little bald man comes. It has pulpit pounding action. The kids love those. I'm just kidding. There's no action figures. But that's actually a $180 value. Some people will buy that though. That makes a great gift for like parents. So
People you don't like.
Maybe. Depends on if they like Skousen or not. So that's the Skousen collection. The last thing I want to show you is the golden plates. This is similar to the Family Hour Stories. It takes you through the entire Book of Mormon. So I don't know if you're book on tape fans, if you like to do that when you travel or go back and forth to work. I love books on tape. But what's awesome about these, have you ever listened to the Book of Mormon on tape, just someone reading it? Yeah, I tried that and I ran off the road into a ditch. They just like kind of put you out, okay? These are dramatized, so you hear all the sound effects. When they go to war, you hear the swords clanking and the horses running, and you hear music in the background and people yelling. And so they're just, the kids love them too. Parents love them and kids love them. But this originally, to get this collection, it was $10 a DVD. It was $240 when we made this collection to get that. And that comes for free as well. Okay. And anyway, that is the 2 series. So in a nutshell, just to go through this one more time, if you got the executive package, which is for everything, Book of Mormon, New Testament, Old Testament, Heroes, Prophets, Church History, you have to do minimum of 3 a month, $90 a month, but you get all the bonuses up front. So that comes to you, it's about $1,300 worth of free stuff delivered to your home just to get started with the program. The more popular package is the family package. So it's the Book of Mormon, the New Testament, the Old Testament. You just buy one a month. It's simple, it's easy, you know, and speed that up to your leisure whenever you want. But if you do that, it's either your choice of the kids package or the parents package. If you were to get started today, which bonus package do you guys think you'd like the most?
I think if we were to do it, I think the kids package is what we like, but.
Okay.
But I think that I just don't know, I'm a little worried about, I mean, we haven't even made our first payment on the practice yet, and I'm a little bit worried about that. I mean, if it was like 2 or 3 months down the road, I'd probably be a little more excited about it.
Sure.
But.
And like I told you from the beginning, from the bottom of my heart, no pressure. And I'll tell you what I tell every customer I've ever had. If you don't think you're ever going to get these, don't get them. I don't want you cursing my name each month and, that salesman going to stop by. I don't want that. That's not why I'm here. But if deep down you know you want them and you know you're going to get them, one thing I hear every day is people just wish they'd gotten started. Your oldest is 16, and your kids get older every day. And if you're going to get them, just get them. You won't regret it. That's if you're going to get them. In fact, I'll tell you one more story, and I think I've said that 3 times, but I'll tell you one more story, we'll get out of here. But I've been doing this for a while, and like I mentioned, I've never heard someone say, I wish we waited. I just have never heard it. In fact, I knocked on this door, and this sister came to the door, and she's like, oh, I'm not going to buy one thing from you, but you can go ahead and come in. And I go in, and she goes, I'm not going to buy anything because I already have everything Living Scriptures has ever made, and if you have something I don't have, I will buy it. I showed her, sure enough, she had everything. She goes, if you are ever with a young family and they don't know if they're going to get these, have them call me. I said, well, I work with a lot of young families, Sister Piper, you better just tell me why you say that. And she goes, because I was a student at BYU, a student. She goes, me and my husband were both students, we had 1 child. And I walked into the University Mall, and I bought the Book of Mormon New Testament. And they were $30 a piece for 1 VHS in the 80s. She went home, try explaining that to your husband when you're a student. He was not happy, and she just said, look, this is going to be, we'll be okay, this is worth it. She said, right then, she pointed to the back of the room, there was this big bookcase, and I could see all these little tattered VHSs. And she goes, there's my collection. We bought that bookcase just for that collection. She goes, my husband has said to me several times, he goes, you know, we don't have one thing we bought our kids anymore. The bikes, the tramps, scooters, skates, soccer balls, dance shoes, clothes, video games, you name it. It comes and it goes. He goes, the only thing we've ever bought that we still own are the Living Scriptures. We have watched those every Sunday for 20 years. Every Sunday for 20 years. She goes, my kids come home from college, they still watch them. They still have their favorites. And she goes, I am just telling you, people won't regret it. And that's just the case. I understand your situation, and it's hard. A lot of people feel that way. But all I can say is you buy one today, that takes about 6 weeks to come. That one's paid for. And then another one won't come for a month after that. So in the next 2 or 3 months, you'll really only be buying one, you know, $30 DVD. But I can tell you're going to get them, and I can tell you want them. You're just not the best timing.
I do think that they're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you go wrong, honestly?
Yeah, I mean, and that's just the truth. But I want to make it worth your while. I want you guys to be happy about it. So I'll tell you what, you've been so nice. I scared the heck out of you with the killing the mom story. I'm going to throw in the kids package. And then just for you guys, I'm going to throw in any of the parent stuff. So what do you think you'd use the most? The Golden Plates, the Skousen, or the Mormon Hymns Classics?
Personally, I like the hymns.
You okay with that?
Yeah, the hymns are good.
When you do get your new practice, I was just with a chiropractor that bought the executive just so he could get those because he wanted him to play in his practice. So there you go, because it's just nice, smooth, and it's Mormon and people don't even know it. So he was excited about that. I'll tell you what, if we get started today, I will throw in the Mormon Hymns Classics again as well. So to go through that offer one more time, you just buy one today. Not ever any more than that unless you choose to speed it up. So you'll get the Book of Mormon, then the New Testament, then an Old, and they'll just rotate through until you decide to speed that up. You'll get everything over here in your first shipment, all right? And so all I can say is I appreciate your time. I know you won't regret getting these. But in fact, let me show you how to work on this. Is it okay if I come over by you?
Yeah.
All right, let me show you how to work here. So we've got the Book of Mormon, New Testament, Old Testament. You'll get Nephi and the brass plates, and then each month you'll get another one. There's actually two ways you can do this. You can have it rotate where you get one of this and one of this and one of this, or the other option is you get all the Book of Mormon, and then you move on and get all the New Testament. So some people like the variety, and some people are just like to finish one and move on. It doesn't really matter. Which way would you guys rather do it? Rotate it or get all of one and move on?
I don't know. I mean, I think they're good,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Maybe we should just wait for like just maybe I don't know, just a couple of 2 or 3 months, and maybe we can just get a card from him. We can just call him and do it because I do like him. Well, you seem to like him pretty good, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I'll tell you what, you can get these whenever you want just from Living Scriptures. So if you're not ready to do it today, don't sweat it. Don't lose sleep over it. You can just call Living Scriptures and get them. The only bad thing about doing that is you don't get the free stuff. Because if you just call us and say, I want them, they don't need to entice you because you called them. So they just charge a full price and they don't throw in free stuff because you contacted them. So if you don't care about the free stuff, that is a no-brainer. That's just what you do. But the free stuff is worth about $1,000. So for the sake of a month or two, you know, but you can do that. No sweat. All right. And in fact, you know, I'll tell you what, I'll leave you the number, you know, to the company, and you can do that at any time. But correct me if I'm wrong. I have a feeling you're going to get them and you'd like them in your home. Do you know how people are justifying this right now? I don't know if you know the Durhams there in your ward. I've never met a family that wanted these more than the Durhams, and I've never met a family who it seems like their budget is tighter. I mean, they went through the budget with me. They were going through it, and finally they just said, you know what we're going to do? So we're going to do these at one a month. We're going to save them, and we're going to use them for Christmas, birthdays, and Easter. They have 4 kids like you. You're going to use 2 for birthday, or 1 for each of their birthday, 1 for each of Christmas, and 1 for Easter. Because the thing is, you know you're going to buy stuff for that anyway, aren't you?
That's probably true.
And so instead of going down to Walmart and getting $100 worth of candy that just makes them sick and is all over your house,
It ruins their teeth.
you exactly ruins their teeth. Well, that's okay for other people because then you have business.
That's true. So don't use that in the house.
I won't. I will keep that to myself. But then, you know, you put in the ones of the resurrection, the He is risen, the Lazarus lives, and that's what you put. And for Christmas, you use the King is born. And for their birthdays, you use some of the Book of Mormon ones. And the thing is, I love that idea because you know you're going to buy stuff for that anyway. And literally everything you bought your kids for their birthdays last year, where is it? What happened to it?
Who knows?
Who knows? It's exactly right. We buy stuff just to buy it. But the thing is, and again, you don't need this stuff to get the celestial kingdom. But you're going to buy stuff anyway. And the thing that's cool about the Living Scriptures is at the end of the day, you'll have them forever. You'll never get rid of them. There's 3 things people never get rid of. Photographs, jewelry, and the Living Scriptures. Other than that, it all goes. All of it. Cars, even houses. And so, but I really, again, you guys have been so awesome. Oh, that's it. This is my last thing I can do. I can't do any more than this. But I'll tell you what. I will throw in either the golden plates or the Skousen, which you were really, really excited about. But which one?
Actually, I like him.
Oh, you do like him.
I was just joking.
Okay. Well, which one do you think you'd use more?
Is there? I hate to do this. I really think we're probably going to. Do you want to do it?
I do.
We kind of have a rule at our house. It's a
Yeah.
stupid rule, I'm sure, but we don't make purchases like this unless we have like a 24-hour rule.
You pray about it, sure.
No, we don't pray about
Oh,
it.
okay.
Of course, if you pray, you're going to get the answer. Just do it. aren't
Should
you?
I buy religious material for my family?
But I think we're going to do it, but are you visiting anybody here around here tomorrow that you can just come back?
You know what? I would love to, and I wish I could sit and come back to people. The problem is Living Scriptures makes me see 80 to 100 families a week. And we're only here for 15 weeks, and we will not get to everyone if we go back. In fact, we probably won't get to everybody as it is. There's probably a stake or two we won't get to. And so just to make sure we give everybody an opportunity to get them, we've just got to move on. Nope, if you're not ready, it's okay. Just get them from Living Scriptures. You will miss out on, on the bonuses. But I'll tell you what I'll do. If it's okay, I have an appointment with the Johansons. I got to go give them a call because I'm just running a little bit late. And I think they'll be cool about it. But I just want to step out for a minute, just let you guys talk about it without me staring at you. And you can just talk about it openly, all right? But before I do, I'll just say this and get out of your hair. I want to throw this in, okay? And the reason is you still have kids. And the last thing I'll just say is, I mentioned I've been doing this for a while. And one day I was in Idaho and went to a house, got a referral. They lived in this fourplex, small, dirty, to say the least. They had about 4 or 5 kids in this like 2-bedroom apartment.
It's probably the one we own.
Again, it could be, I don't know. This is actually, yeah, you own some in Idaho?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been.
They're pretty rad.
This is in Idaho Falls. I don't know where yours are, but knocked on the door, and it was this huge, big tattoos, earrings, ponytail, biker shirt, and frankly, I thought I had the wrong house. He says, are you brother so-and-so? He goes, yeah, that's me. He let me in. I go through the spiel, and he was just stone-faced. Wasn't interested. I didn't think he was interested. I pull out the golden plates, and this guy starts crying. Literally tears streaming down his face.
And this is the biker.
This is the biker. And so I just kind of stopped, and he goes, I have been looking for those. I didn't know who made them. He goes, I had those growing up. I said, really? Tell me about it. He goes, my family stopped going to church when I was teeny. Never went to church. We did not go to church growing up. We were Mormons, but didn't go. He goes, and I joined the army. I lived this crazy life, and all my brothers have lived this crazy life. He goes, we listened to the golden plates every night when we went to bed. And me and my brothers loved the stories about war and, the exciting stories and about Abinadi and whatever. He goes, I forgot about him. Forgot about him, moved on, got married, whatever. He goes, me and my wife started going back to church a few months ago, and they were studying the Book of Mormon that year. And he said, I'm sitting in there in class, and people are telling stories and asking questions, and I'm like, I know this story. How do I know it? I've never read the Book of Mormon, ever. I've never even picked up a Book of Mormon. And he goes, how do I know about Captain Moroni? How do I know about Nephi? And he remembered these. So he goes, when that happened, he goes, I got online, I started trying to find him. He goes, I could not find him. And he goes, he said something I'll never forget, and I promise I'll get out of here. I've been saying that. But he said something that really was memorable to me. He goes, I have heard if you get the roots of the scriptures in young kids, even if they leave the church, they'll come back. He goes, I am a testimony of that because I left the church. I'm coming back. But he goes, the only roots I had were those cassette tapes. That's it. And that was enough to plant the seeds of a testimony in me. He goes, I don't, and I knew they didn't have much money. He goes, I don't care how much your stuff costs. I do not care. I want it for my kids. I want it for myself because he was getting back into the church. And all I can tell you is there are things in life you regret buying, flat out. Religious things that your kids will watch and enjoy is not one of them. You are never going to turn to your wife and say, honey, why do we buy those Book of Mormon movies our kids always watch? That's true. You just won't, okay? But to really make it worth your while, and I am going to give you a second just to kind of talk about it, I'm going to throw in the golden plates as well. Please don't tell all your neighbors. I didn't do this many bonuses for all of your neighbors. But last time you buy one today, it's $30. It's less than going and getting Cokes and candy bars for your family. It's $30 today. You will get all of this. Save some of this for Christmas. Put it away, and then when you normally go and buy stuff for Christmas, just know you have this material and pull it out for Christmas. That way it'll fit into your budget. From now till Christmas, you'll only buy 3 or 4 DVDs anyway. So we'll throw all of that in. You'll buy 1 DVD for now until things are a little smoother with the practice, and then you can speed it up at that point. All right?
Actually, I know that you want these bad. To me, like the bonuses, I don't even care about the bonuses, one way or the other. I don't know if you like them or not.
They're good.
I like the coloring books and the Kids 10 Commandments. The rest stuff, I could just, you know, but I don't know. If this the animated ones are really the ones that I like, but I'm really not that hip on the other stuff. I mean, do you think? Well, I know they're free. But
Okay, Brother Weiser.
Do you think we ought to just?
I have a
If we
question.
wait, we're just losing just the 2 things I like.
I'll tell you what. Last deal. Last deal. But you cannot tell your neighbors about this. Living Scriptures has never allowed us to do this, and I do it not very often, but I'll tell you what. You guys have been awesome. I want to make, I can tell you one, I just want you to feel good about it. I want you to go, okay, that feels good. I'll tell you what. You're not hip on all the bonus stuff.
I mean, I like the Kids 10 Commandments and the coloring books.
Okay.
Everything else,
You can do without. I will throw in the Kids
I'm
10.
probably going to get divorced over that.
And this you got to do tonight, okay? But I'll tell you what. I will do the Kids 10 Commandments. I'll do the coloring books. And for the first time ever, I will throw in the first 12 of the heroes. That's
For
an
doing
entire series. For doing just the one a month. So I will do, you'll get all 12 of those up front. Washington, Edison, Abraham Lincoln, all of those. That is an awesome Christmas gift right there.
You get them up front?
All 12. So you'll have those up front. From now until Christmas, the rest will come at one a month. So you'll get the Kids 10 Commandments, all 12 of the heroes, and the coloring books.
Okay, hold on just 1 second. Do you like that? Do you like that better than the other stuff? Or?
I do.
Okay, well, let me ask you this question.
Sure.
Now, how much do your tape a month program? Do they charge you interest, shipping and handling? I mean, like, what are we talking?
What's the whole deal? There's no interest, no finance charges. When they do come in the mail, there is shipping. So with shipping, tax, and everything, it'll be around $37, $38 a month. But you can always get out of that later on. If you decide to speed this up and you go to 2 a month, shipping's cut in half. If you do 5 or more a month, shipping is free. So that's another incentive of why people speed it up. They'll start on the 1 a month just get them rolling, get them coming. And then when you want to buy a big chunk, try to do at least 5 because you'll save the shipping on all 5 of those. But no interest, no finance charges. We just do the tape of the month plan as a service. And you don't have to take advantage of that. You can buy them up front. But most of our customers are young families. You know, it's not when you have loads of extra income, but it's when they need them the most. It's when your kids are young. So we do the tape of the month just to get it rolling, get you excited about it, and then you can speed it up.
So if you just do it up front, do you get more bonuses for just doing it up front, or how does that work?
Is that something that interests you? Just getting them all up front? I mean, would you be able to do that, or?
Well, I mean, I've done the math in my head, and you're talking about, you know, maybe $1,500,
right?
Is what you're talking about. I mean, do you really want them?
I do. I want them in my household.
Okay, well, let's just do it.
Okay.
I'll pay cash for them.
Okay. If you do that, I'll tell you what. I'll do those 2 bonuses, and I'll let you each pick another bonus if you want to pay cash. But that's still your choice.
Okay.
Right?